Hola! In this lesson, I am going to give you a few tips about improving your pronunciation to such a degree that people may think you are native speakers. This is the first part. It's going to be 3 parts to this. I know a few of my students that sound like native speakers, and the first thing I would say is that it is about the position of the tongue. Basically, it's articulation, how to articulate the sound. I am going to concentrate on Castilian Spanish, and as I said, it's going to be a 3-part lesson. There is a lot on YouTube, many good videos, but in this video I want to go through all the sounds that you need to concentrate in order to sound like a native speaker. So I'm going to start straight away. The first sound you need to concentrate on is th sound. Th. This is especially important if you want to sound like someone from Spain. There are many videos on YouTube about the rules, and it's just a reminder. The th sound, the z, wherever you find it, sounds th. The c, only before an e and an I. So, for example, zapatos, Barcelona, Cecilia, Cádiz, lápiz, Zaragoza. Sound number 2. This is an important one because the Spanish one and the English one are similar, but they are not exactly the same. The Spanish one is pronounced by placing the tongue between your teeth, da, da. The English one is higher up, is da, da. So listen to this. Dados, dedos. They are similar sounds, but they're not exactly the same. So if you really want to sound like a native speaker, you will say da. You need to place your tongue between your teeth, almost like biting it. Da, 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 dados, dedos, and so on. Now, sound number 3. It says here, like clearing your throat. It is true, but it depends. So, for this sound, you need to think there is something in your throat and you're clearing it. Jorge, for example, my name. So, just for rules, this sound occurs, the J is always and the G before an E or an I. So we have jarra, geología, girasol. It could be argued that some native speakers will pronounce it softer. It is true. I would say, especially in the Caribbean, Cuba, someone from Cuba might say jarra, geología, girasol, and so on. Now, it's good to remember the H never sounds. So, every time you see an H in Spanish, don't pronounce it at all. Don't make any effort. So, hacer, hacer. Hermano, brother. Hijo, son. Sound number 5. Again. Most Spanish speakers around the world will pronounce the double L as a Y sound. For example, llamarse, me llamo. Mallorca is also possible. There will be some native speakers who make a very difficult sound for me. Ya, llamarse, me llamo. They are mainly in the Andes of South America and also in Galicia, northwest Spain. That sound is also correct, but in my opinion, it is a minority. Number 6, the P sound again. Very similar to the English one, but the Spanish one is softer. Somehow there is less air coming out. Listen to these. Padre, patatas, Perú. Very soft. Padre, patatas, Perú. To the English ear, sometimes it sounds like a B, but ra. This is an interesting sound. Probably for the Americans not too difficult because it sounds like ra, the middle T in better. So it's to do with the position of the tongue. As I said in many videos again on YouTube. What I wanted to do on this video was to have them all together because I've noticed that there's loads of videos on how to pronounce the V, how to pronounce the B, but I just wanted to put them all together so it's, you know, everything you need just in one video. So here we go. This is ra, ra, pero, pera, por favor, and it's got to sound, that R in por favor needs to sound por favor, pero, pera. Now this is a difficult one. This is the vibrating R. And this will be, every time a word starts with R, will be a strong one. Rosa, ratón. Again, double R's inside the word. Perro, barra. And also after the letter N. Enrique. The T again is just a subtle difference. It sounds similar, but the English T is pronounced in a different position. Spanish T is pronounced between your teeth again. Todo, todo, te, todo, te. By now, probably you all know that the B and the V sound exactly the same in Spanish. Burro, vaca, vista. Burro, vaca, vista. But if you really want to sound like a native speaker, you need to remember that when either the B or the V are between vowels, sounds softer. Almost as if someone is drunk. Ava, ava, that's broad bean. Uva, uva, grape. The letter ñ, I don't think is a problem for most English speakers. So that won't probably be a problem. España, español. And just to finish, this sound number 1, tha, beautiful sound, does not occur in Latin America or the Canary Islands. So if you really want to sound like a native speaker from Latin America, you don't need to worry about this sound, just leave it out. And this is the end of the lesson. So on this sheet, I hope I pronounced that right, you have all the consonant sounds you need to worry about in Spanish. Everything else, I would say, is more or less like English. Y este es el final de la lección. Muchas gracias. Hasta la próxima lección.